Hi, I'm Jeremy Pope, and I work at the Closing Engine. We help small business owners sell 10 to 20 of their B2B and B2C premium offers per month. I want to tell you a little story. I helped a new friend turn down a sociopath prospect the other day. She was already on her way to figuring it out, but it would have taken her 2 or 3 more days. Now, I'm usually wary of helping someone figure out how to turn down an opportunity, as it's one of the most common pieces of advice that you'll see anywhere online anytime somebody mentions a problem they have in a relationship. Oh, he didn't appreciate your chocolate cake? Run! Oh, the client was a day late on the bill? Run! Anyway, there were plenty of red flags in this conversation, and so it only took 3 or 4 minutes for her to figure it out and make up her mind. By the way, this is easier when you understand your niche and you've done a fantastic job figuring out your ideal client profile. But the interesting thing to me was that after she made up her mind, she agonized for 10 or 15 minutes over how this person could have gotten through to me. Now, this is a healthy lady, and yet this kind of discussion did not surprise me. I've done it myself. But she didn't do anything wrong. Not a thing. We've all accepted horrible clients before. At least if you've had more than 5 clients, you've done this. Almost any group around any profession has long and frequent discussions about how to get out of these situations. I'm going to show you how to keep from getting into them in the first place and how to stop second-guessing yourself after you say no. There are 3 reasons sociopaths and narcissists can take advantage of perfectly healthy people, kind people with good boundaries. Here's how to catch them before they do any significant damage. The first reason is charm. These people are professional manipulators. This is what they do. It's their entire shtick. It's okay to be charmed by someone who is charming. Relax. That doesn't mean you're stupid. This just means that they're charming. It's kind of how it works. There are plenty of awesome and charming people in the world, and it's my pleasure to know many of them. It's just that... Oh, sorry. It's just that charming, it doesn't really mean much unless it's backed up by character. The second issue is domination. I frequently say that the Venn diagram of entrepreneurship and ADD is practically a circle. The mental profiles are awfully similar. There's tons of overlap, and most of us can struggle once in a while with what we call scope creep. It's easy to see scope creep as a new challenge, a new shiny object. Oh, something I can add into my other services. It's seductive. I get it. Resist the temptation of the visionary trap. When you're dealing with sociopaths and narcissists, they're taking advantage of your tendency to enjoy new challenges. Them pushing your boundaries isn't about you. It's about them. Again, when you have your offer really dialed in, you know exactly where the edges are. On the phone with a prospect, that's not the time to explore those edges. That's the time to maintain your center, your balance. I love the saying, we don't rise to the level of our training, we fall to the level of our training. Go train somewhere else. Go train in a low-pressure environment, not during the big game, so to speak. Back to my friend for a minute. After she told this guy no, he came back with, "I'm disappointed in how you chose to tell me this via message instead of picking up the phone." It's not often that you get the pleasure of seeing your warnings and your red flags just come true right in front of you. This showed a huge boundary issue. He hadn't earned the right to give her advice. He was being weird. He was pushing boundaries. He was trying to push her in many ways before that. It was at the same time hysterically funny and reminiscent of sexual harassment in some ways. I want to come back to that in a minute, actually. I'm going to come back to that. So the third thing is commitment. Just know that it's absolutely 100% okay to change your mind. After you meet this person, you can change your mind about someone once you dig deep enough to understand what they're doing. Interestingly, The people that I hear talking about trusting the universe have a much bigger problem with this issue because they have a hard time admitting that the universe steered them wrong. Charismatic Christians do this sometimes as well, although they seem to have an easier time admitting they misheard God. It's a bit of a different mental frame. But Cialdini talks about this in his book Influence, which is a book worth reading if you haven't gotten around to it before. I believe he calls it the consistency principle. Once you've made a decision about something or someone, in order to maintain a consistent mental image of yourself, it becomes more difficult to change your mind. So we need to actively maintain a humble mindset so that we can change our minds in healthy ways when that's called for. Now, here's the most interesting part, and this is the part that it reminds me of sexual harassment in some ways. My friend's system worked. She caught the germ before it infected her business. She did not let this person into her business. Sure, she used me as an independent laboratory as part of her impromptu process, but she would have caught this person before they did any damage. Nothing was wrong. She felt like there was something wrong, but it was really just feeling kind of dirty because of having contact with a sociopath. There are some people who are so very toxic that just being around them for any length of time makes you feel used and taken advantage of. This is normal. This is normal stuff. It's okay for business harassment to feel bad, just like sexual harassment feels bad. But just like sexual harassment, it's not about you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing necessarily wrong with your systems, your business, your mindset. Everything may be working exactly as it should, except that. In fact, that dirty feeling, it can actually be a great indicator that your systems are working really, really well. If you have so little contact with this kind of sociopath that this one incident makes you feel a little bit sick, that just means it's been a long time since any germs have gotten this far in your business. It's good practice. It's good practice to remind yourself what evil looks like, what manipulation looks like once in a while. It's never pleasant to look into the abyss, but it's certainly useful. So relax. It's worth a quick examination, but most likely your systems, your mindset, and your germ screens are working just fine. Go enjoy getting your next client. And that's it for me. That's all I wanted to say. Thanks for watching this video. Please feel free to share with anybody you know who may benefit from it. And I look forward to speaking with you again soon.